Jason Voorhees possessed by ancient demons, Michael Myers controlled by a death cult, and a time-traveling witch that traps victims across decades. These aren't just fan fantasies. Directors and creators have confirmed them as canon. Jason Voorhees is actually a demon from Evil Dead. Fans watching Jason Goes to Hell in 1993 spotted the Necronomicon Ex Mortis in the Voorhees family basement, the infamous Book of the Dead from the Evil Dead franchise. Director Adam Marcus revealed this wasn't just an Easter egg. Pamela Voorhees used the cursed book to bring her drowned son back from Camp Crystal Lake, but Jason returned as a Deadite, the same demon-possessed creature from Sam Raimi's Evil Dead series. Marcus explained to Horror Geek Life that this solved Jason's biggest mystery. How does a drowned child transform into a full-grown, unstoppable killing machine within months? The answer was demonic possession. Jason's supernatural strength and ability to regenerate from fatal wounds makes sense when you realize he's been controlled by Deadite forces this entire time. The theory became official canon in 2007 when the comic book series Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash explicitly depicted Pamela performing the resurrection ritual with the Necronomicon. Split was always a secret sequel to Unbreakable. M. Night Shyamalan pulled off one of cinema's greatest long-game reveals. Split arrived in 2017 as a standalone thriller about Kevin Wendell Crumb, a man with 23 personalities who abducts 3 girls. His most dangerous personality, the Beast, displays superhuman strength, wall-climbing abilities, and bulletproof skin. Then came the diner scene. As patrons discuss this man with extraordinary abilities, the camera pans to Bruce Willis as David Dunn from the 2000 film Unbreakable. That moment confirmed both films existed in the same universe. Shyamalan told Yahoo Movies that Kevin's character appeared in original Unbreakable drafts, but he removed the arc because the film was too long and superhero movies were risky in 2000. He waited 17 years to tell Kevin's story, creating the sequel nobody realized they were watching. Jack Torrance has been trapped in the Overlook Hotel forever. That haunting final shot in The Shining reveals Jack's true fate, according to Stanley Kubrick himself. After Jack freezes to death in the hedge maze, the camera pushes into a photograph from a 1921 July 4th ball. There, standing center in a tuxedo, is Jack Torrance smiling. In an interview with critic Michael Cement, Kubrick explained the image suggests Jack's reincarnation. He's the reincarnated soul of someone who previously died at the hotel. Kubrick described it as an evil cycle, where Jack has always been part of the Overlook's history. This explains the ghost of Delbert Grady telling Jack, "You are the caretaker. You've always been the caretaker." The Overlook Hotel recognizes and recalls souls that have been there before, trapping them in an endless loop of violence. Michael Myers was cursed by an ancient cult. For decades, fans wondered what made Michael Myers virtually indestructible. The answer lies in ancient Celtic curses. The producer's cut of Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, revealed the complete mythology. Michael was selected as a child by an ancient cult that worships Thorn, a Celtic rune representing death. The cult's leader, Dr. Terrence Wynn, placed the curse of Thorn on Michael, forcing him to murder his entire bloodline as ritualistic sacrifices to prevent disasters. The curse grants Michael inhuman strength, rapid healing, and near immortality. Tommy Doyle discovers the constellation of Thorn appears during every Halloween when Michael returns to Haddonfield. The mark of Thorn is visible on Michael's wrist. Michael isn't just a man behind a mask, he's a cursed vessel channeling ancient evil, which explains why he can never truly be killed. The Blair Witch controls time itself. The Blair Witch doesn't just haunt the woods, she traps victims across different decades. The Blair Witch Project ended with Heather, Mike, and Josh disappearing in Rustin Parr's house. But fans noticed something disturbing. The film's official website stated their equipment was found buried beneath a century-old cabin's foundation. For their gear to be underneath the foundation, it would need placement before the structure was built. Fans theorized the Blair Witch transported them backward through time to the 1940s when Rustin Parr was murdering children. The 2016 sequel confirmed the witch's time manipulation powers. Characters enter the forest together, but experience time at completely different rates. The sequel validates what fans suspected. The original trio likely traveled back in time, with their equipment somehow passing through decades. Richie Tozier was in love with Eddie Kaspbrak. What What started as subtext became explicit canon in the IT films. Readers noticed undertones suggesting Richie harbored romantic feelings for Eddie. When IT Chapter 2 arrived in 2019, director Andy Muschietti made Richie's sexuality explicit. Pennywise torments adult Richie about his dirty little secret, threatening to expose that he's gay. The film reveals Richie carved his and Eddie's initials into the town's kissing bridge as children. After adult Eddie sacrifices himself, Richie returns alone to the bridge and recarves their initials while sobbing. Muschietti told Digital Spy that Stephen King didn't originally write Richie as gay, but King loved the addition. Actor Bill Hader confirmed Richie spent his entire adult life closeted, and Eddie never knew how Richie truly felt. Dr. Lawrence Gordon became Jigsaw's most loyal apprentice. The original Saw film left Dr. Gordon's fate ambiguous, but fans were vindicated 6 years later. In 2004's Saw, Dr. Gordon saws off his own foot to escape, promising fellow victim Adam he'll return with help. The film cuts away, never showing what happened next. Saw 3D in 2010 brought back Cary Elwes with the answer. Gordon crawled to a steam pipe and cauterized his severed leg. John Kramer found him and nursed him back to health, recognizing Gordon had learned to appreciate life. Gordon became Jigsaw's most devoted accomplice, using his medical expertise to design traps. In the finale, Gordon captures rogue detective Mark Hoffman, chains him in the original bathroom, and seals him inside forever, declaring, "Game over." Final Destination 5 is actually the first film chronologically. The 2011 sequel pulled off one of horror's most shocking twists by secretly being a prequel. Final Destination 5 follows co-workers who escape a bridge collapse. Throughout the film, fans noticed anachronisms, flip phones instead of smartphones. The dates didn't align with the established timeline. The ending confirmed everything. Survivors. Sam and Molly board a plane to Paris, believing they've beaten death. Sam notices the flight number 180. A fight breaks out, and Sam realizes with horror he's witnessing the opening of the first Final Destination film. They were on flight 180 all along, destined to die in the explosion. Final Destination 5 chronologically takes place in 2000, before every other film. Fans who caught the timeline inconsistencies were proven devastatingly right. Sidney Prescott married Mark Kincaid 22 years after Scream 3. One line confirmed a relationship fans shipped for decades. In Scream 3, Sidney develops chemistry with LAPD detective Mark Kincaid, played by Patrick Dempsey. The movie ends suggesting a potential romance, but Mark never appears in Scream 4. Then came Scream in 2022. Dewey calls Sidney to warn her about a new Ghostface. During their conversation, Sidney mentions she's married with children and refers to her husband as Mark. Directors confirmed to Entertainment Weekly that Sidney's husband is Patrick Dempsey's character from Scream 3. Sidney and Mark reconnected, married, and started a family. Fans who supported their relationship since 2000 finally got confirmation.